Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On today's video, I am doing some more Christmas DIY projects using some transfers from last year's IOD Christmas release. Guys, I just want to encourage you to kind of use what you already have. I know that sometimes we get really excited about the new stuff, but it was kind of fun to go and realize the stuff that I still have left from last year and make amazing treasures out of them. So if you want to see what I come up with this week, stick around. For project number one, I am going to upcycle one of these palette boards that were gifted to me, and I kind of sanded off the letters a little bit and then took white linen, which is a DIY cottage color, so it's a built-in sealer is in this one, and I like to use this over raw wood. I feel like it really works well on raw wood projects. So I'm covering a little bit more over where the letters are and then kind of dry brushing out to the edges. I did basically one coat, and then if I saw any of the outline of the letter, I would kind of go back over that space. I knew I wanted to grab a transfer from last year's Christmas transfer book. I did not use all the transfers, and what a shame, because last year's transfer book was beautiful. So if you have last year's book and you didn't use everything, look in there and see if you can find something to make with it. I'm really in the mood right now to use what I've got, and I decided I probably should not eyeball this. I wanted it to be in the center both ways, so I measured a couple times so that I could get it right. And then I just took the backing off and used the transfer tool that was provided and made sure that the center of this cute little wreath was where I wanted it. So this is a palette board, so there were spaces in between. So I basically worked on each section per board and then moved to the next board to make sure that it was lying properly on the wood, and just used a transfer tool that was provided and waited for the paper to kind of change color, and you can kind of see when the transfer is adhering. So I'm just working my way around and wondering, should I add a ribbon to this? But in the end, I decided just to leave it as is. It's a nice, simple backdrop, as you will see in my final pictures, that I think would be wonderful for anybody's space. What do you guys think of this one? For project number two, I had thrifted these. They're like candle holders, and they were around $5 a piece. They were heavy. Somebody had spray painted them with this matte silver stuff, but the paint just kind of flicked off. So first I tried Barkeeper's Friend, wondering if that would help scrape it off a little faster, but it really didn't. Basically what I needed to do was just watch my favorite show, have this little scraper and scrape it off. I tried using dish soap and a dish sponge, and that was not kind to the metal. So this was the method that worked for me with this. I could not believe somebody spray painted these, and I thought these need another life. So I'm just checking to make sure that I'm gonna like what it looks like with the Barkeeper's Friend. And it really did finish and clean and smooth this metal really nicely. So I just scraped and scraped times two. It wasn't, I mean, it was a labor of love, but not everything needs to be painted. I cannot believe somebody painted these. Anyway, so I'm scraping this off, and then I use Barkeeper's Friend, which this is my first time using this. I got it off of Amazon. And basically you rub it on and just keep going, and it makes the finish nice and beautiful. I like patinaed finishes, but this was not that. This was, yeah. So this upcycle is a little bit different because all I'm doing is cleaning it up, but I think I might be keeping these at home for a couple seasons. What do you guys think? How cute are these little brass horns that needed to be saved? Project number 3 was a bit of a controversial upcycle in my home. One of my mom's friends from her old church made these little wooden deers for our family, and it's supposed to represent our family. See how cute they are with little red noses. I even added some scarves. But lately I've realized like this is not my style. So I took off the red pom-pom noses and thought, how can I make this more my style? Guys, I was even considering not putting it out this year because I was like, I don't really want to. So I'm basically going and sanding these edges so it would take some wax well because it wasn't really sanded. I did kind of manhandle one of them a little bit, and yep. And ironically, that was the mama one. So the mama one I got in 2 different spaces. I knocked the wood off. I'm feeling worn and tattered, guys. But what I did with the mama one is just use some wood glue, put her back together again, and she is still going. So I am clear waxing all of them, and then I'm going to put a white wax over the top of them just to kind of change them up a little bit. Apparently, this was a super massive change to my family. My oldest told me this morning, she's like, Mom, this is like a staple of my childhood Christmas decorating. You can't just change it. I was like, I did not know that these deer meant so much to you. And my youngest came home, and I will show you guys her reaction as well. But I'm basically just adding white wax to it. I did the clear wax so the wax wouldn't be so infiltrated into the wood. And it is a little bit whiter than I thought they would be, but once they were all finished, the family looked like it belonged together, and I am happy with the upcycle. I ended up using that gorgeous satin ribbon that I got from Amazon. There's a sage color and a rose pink color. I will link it in the description, and guys, I am loving it. Camden, what do you think about these deer?
I hate that you changed them.
You hate that I changed them? Why?
She doesn't even add that red pom-pom. Now it looks like a noseless deer.
A noseless deer? And I didn't add the red pom-pom. But do you see the cute pink velvet necklace?
I know,
Is that sweet?
Yeah, but
well, what if we
have a deer.
What if we found something very special to put on the nose? Like a little jewel or a little white pom-pom. Don't you think a white pom-pom would look nice with that necklace? All right. So did I ruin them completely?
Well, no, just the nose.
Okay. So as long as I fix the nose, you'll be good with it? In one of my Christmas videos last year, I painted a whole Christmas village, and they sold immediately when I put it in my booth, and I also have it in my house. So throughout this year, I have been thrifting little tiny villages. This one is going to go in my booth as is. It is worth $15 to $20, so I will not be painting that one. But the rest of them, I did a coat of white Swan. And then I thought, you know what? I loved last week's ornaments so much that what if I did the smaller set in Prairie Grey and then went over the whole thing with the rub and buff antique gold again? I just love that moody look. So I thought, well, let's make a little bit of a different Christmas village this year. So I did 2 coats of Prairie Grey over the little ones, and then 2 coats of White Swan over the little bit bigger ones. And then I got out the golden ticket from DIY and was trying to paint some gold on, but you will see in the end I decide to paint over that and just use the rub and buff. I am loving how cute these are. Guys, I'm having trouble taking any of these things to my booth. I think these little Prairie Grey ones are gonna go in my kitchen. I made sure I sealed them all and then did the rub and buff. How cute are these? Are you guys gonna be on the lookout for little miniature houses now so that you guys can make your own village next year? Or maybe you watched my video last year and you decided to collect throughout the year. You can usually find these from between 50 cents to $1, and once you paint them, you can't tell that they don't go together. What do you guys think? Do you like just the plain white ones? Do you like the white ones with the rub and buff, the antique gold, or do you like the Prairie Grey ones with antique gold? Let me know in the comments below. Did I inspire you to make your own village? For my 5th and final project, I'm going to do a rolling pin. All of my Christmas rolling pins have sold. The last red one that I did where I painted the handles and then distressed it back, you guys did not like that. So I'm going to try leaving them red. I'm sure someone is going to love this. But I'm, again, going through last year's transfers. You can see I still have so many left and trying to decide what little transfer do I want to put on this one. I'm just going to keep the wood, like not even do any painting to this rolling pin. So I decided that this time of year, well, any time of year, people usually like cardinals. So I'm just going to get a little piece of greenery and put this little cardinal on it and think, how fun would this be just kind of sticking out of a crock or a space in the kitchen. So it's pretty simple. Just decide where I want to put it on here. Make sure you clean the rolling pin so that you're getting any of the oils off, but just rubbing it on in the space that you wanted it. I thought I needed to try to keep the rolling pin still, but decided just pick it up, Heather. It's easier to do it that way. So this was a quick one. I did seal over the whole thing with liquid patina, so it would be a nice matte top coat to keep it in place, and thought this one was a cute one, going straight to my booth. So did you guys have a favorite? I know I had fun doing those little houses again, and I am gonna take all the ones that I had from last year in my own personal holiday decor and just add that rub and buff to them and have a nice glittery village. I hope that I inspired you to get creating in your space, to take the stuff that you already have that has memories and maybe update them a little bit. Maybe you should talk to your family if they meant a lot, to see if they meant a lot to them. I had no idea that my girls had such opinions on those cute little reindeers. Anyway, so I'm happy with that transformation and look forward to pulling that every year and having a nice little representation of our little deer family. So I hope that you guys are creating. I hope that you're feeding your creative soul. It is getting busy around here. We're doing all of our end of the year performances with the kids' activities and with school. I just want to remind you to take care of yourself as well. If you are new here, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel, hitting that notification bell to all so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you have any people that you think would also enjoy this, please feel free to share this with your people, because I want to show as many people as I can how to create your own cozy in your spaces. Guys, I am thankful for you, and I will see you guys again in next week's video. Bye.